Hello everybody and welcome back to another AmiiboView. Okay, so today starts actually a three-parter. Normally I don't let you guys know what I'm doing next for an AmiiboView because honestly I don't know what I'm doing next for AmiiboView, but this time it's very clear. Now, at least for North America, remember when I'm talking about Amiibo, I'm talking a lot about the North American East Coast side of Amiibo. So I just want people to be very aware of that. So if there's everything I say that contradicts where you're from, whether you're from Canada or the western part of the United States, or you're in Europe or in Japan or in Australia, if it differs for you, that's why. And when it comes to Amiibo, I always recommend people always check on Twitter or on Amiibo alert sites, and check retailers. Find stock finder websites. Now, I just wanted that in mind because I'm going to say a few things that are very specific to where I'm from. So here's the Retro 3-pack. I am, for the next three AmiiboView, the next two AmiiboView after this one, I'm going to be going over the other two characters, Mr. Game & Watch and Duck Hunt, in this pack. I know in other regions that these three do come in separate packs. I'm actually waiting for that because I would like to get more doubles. I mean, not more doubles. I would like to... Actually, I'm probably not going to buy them, honestly, because I have the 3-pack here. And so, yeah, just gonna say that. So, yeah, but today we're going over Rob, and it's my favorite of the three here. I'm going left to right here. But, yeah, you can see... I will make sure I get... For those who are curious, the thumbnail, like every other video, is showing the single box for Rob. You know, just pretend it's like just that. So yeah, today we're talking about the Rob Amiibo. And boy, do I have a treat for you with this. But first, I want to talk about the Amiibo itself. A lot of detail, as always. Great quality. Everything about it is just fantastic, as always. But I want people especially look at the eyes. Look how perfectly they recreated Rob the Robot. It's unbelievable. This looks like a miniature version of Rob. They have this switch here. You can't actually switch it, which is kind of unfortunate, but, you know, obviously, I'm sure some people tried and it broke. I like how the base of Rob is a little wider than the base of the Amiibo here. Like, it goes out a little bit, but they still cared enough where you can tell the golden smash ball is still there. That's really cool. But yeah, you know, stackable pieces, much like Villager. It looks great. My only gripe is I wish they made this where you can move it around. Like, this should have been more flexible. I get why they made the shape. I would be okay with the arms not being really that mobile. Like, obviously, I don't know. I think it should have been able to move this up and down. The head can move. I mean, maybe that would lower the quality a little bit. Because movable pieces... They tend to, well, figurines with movable pieces tend to have, like, bigger splits and pieces, you know, that way they can move properly. But, I don't know, with Rob here, since it was already built, since it's based off an actual toy that existed, I don't know, I figured you could have done that, but I don't take that away from this at all. It just goes down to every detail. Even right here has the original text from the robot, Rob. R-O-B and the larger letters. I know you can't possibly see this, but yeah, robotic operating buddy. Very nice. Very cool stuff. The a Retro 3-pack, I actually have been able to find a lot, so I want people to know that. But if you're in a region that gets a single, obviously you get that. But I think the Retro 3-pack's available everywhere. To talk about the Retro 3-pack as a whole, I think it's a good idea. I always think 3-packs are good ideas. Like with Splatoon, I thought that was a good idea because it's a new franchise and you might want to get them all at once. For Animal Crossing came out today. Oh, that reminds me. Today's the day. Today's the launch. The day I'm recording this, at least. I don't know if I'm going to get to uploading. But today's the day Mewtwo came out. I picked up a couple. And a lot of the Animal Crossing Amiibo came out. I only got one so far. I'm not that worried about the Animal Crossing Amiibo. I think they'll be very available, so... I'm not going to go crazy about getting those all launched. I do not have the money for that, but because they had the 3-pack with the I always forget their names and I feel so bad. The two sheep from retail and KK Slider. They have the Amiibo Festival came out today, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which comes with Isabelle and her brother. I forget his name too. I feel so bad. They're the newest characters, so please don't put me on that. But yeah, today was also the day the Villager Amiibo got released. So, really quick, this is what the box looks like. I cannot believe I'm actually holding a boxed American, North American, I should say, Villager Amiibo. But this is what it looks like, the box. So, I just want to mention that restocks are great, and I just want to make that as an example of how it's getting better to collect Amiibo. So, back to Rob. Now, story time. You know I like to have these stories. Well, actually, first I have to compliment these eyes again. I know this camera isn't doing it justice, but this is the eyes. The motion sensors in the original toy. This is the toy. Like normally with Amiibo, the great Amiibo, I like to say that they're the model come to life, and not only is that true with this, but this is the toy shrunk down and put on a platform. I love it. It looks so good. This is so good looking. This is such a good looking Amiibo, and I love it. So yes. Now, what also makes Rob special is Rob is the only Amiibo, at least to my knowledge, and so far from the time of this recording, that has differences in appearance depending on region. Now, last time with Villager, I just showed a picture to show the first print and the second print, because getting the first print's like impossible. This time, I just received in the mail today, which is why I wanted to talk about it. This is the day that kept on giving. This is the Japanese Rob. Now, notice something. Different color. I love this detail. Because in Japan, you didn't have the NES. You had the family computer, or the Famicom. Even on the text here, rather than being on Japanese, you know, the text in the front here, it actually does differ. It says Family Computer Robot, and right here it says Robot instead of Rob, because I guess in Japan that's what it's known as. I never really looked into the Japanese version of Rob the Robot, but yes, here it's the Family Computer Robot, and it actually differs. And here's an idea what the single box looks like. The background's a different color. It's bluish to, you know, just look nicer with the color scheme. But in the American version, as you can see in the thumbnail of this video, should be gray. I don't know if I'll ever see Rob in a single box because of the 3-pack. It's readily available to find, so I'll talk more about that when I get to the rating of Rob. But I love this. When I first saw this, I saw a video of a Japanese Rob unboxing, and I was like, that's weird. You don't really see American Amiibo collector unboxing Japanese boxes. Like, when it comes to Amiibo collecting, Amiibo hunters, now remember Amiibo hunters are like very hardcore with Amiibo collecting. I want people to have that in mind when I say this. Amiibo hunters tend to only buy Japanese or European imports to open them up, so you have a double. Because usually Japan or Europe may get an Amiibo first, so you get that, and then you get the American one to keep in the box. That's what I typically like to do too. Of course, I don't import Amiibo that often. Normally on launch days, which is the best time to get Amiibo, I like to try to get the 2 of them. Like I'll go to Toys R Us, then GameStop, and then if I can't find one of those, I'll go to Target. It's a lot of traveling. It's a lot of work. I have to get lucky too, because there's so many times I couldn't do it, and I had to wait like weeks or for a restock, which happens a lot. You know, don't worry if you'll get an Amiibo eventually. Nintendo's been doing a great job with restock, but I'm trailing off. The point is, this is the first time I wanted to have a different region Amiibo in my main boxed collection. I won't buy a second one of these because it does the exact same thing as this double Rob I have. Because if you're wondering how I got another Rob, but a single pack, like I said, it's actually not that hard to get the Retro 3-pack, which is very fortunate. Even the pre-orders weren't that hard. Oops, sorry. Even though that's unprofessional, but yeah, even the pre-orders were easy to get too. But yeah, I really wanted to show this off. That's why I was so excited to do this AmiiboView today. Like, I don't know when I would have done the Retro 3-pack, but this inspired me. I really wanted to show people this. The red arms, with the red arms and the yellowish gray. Like, basically, it's the color of the Famicom, while the Rob here is the color of the NES. I love it. I think it's so boss. It's just really cool, and I don't find any problems with Rob as a figurine. It's great. So, that being said, rating time. And edit. Rob gets a Silver Mario Amiibo. Why this rank? Because it looks good. I was debating. This is one of those Amiibo where I was debating between two ranks, and I can't give like a half rank, obviously. I mean, unless someone wants to make a Mario mod Amiibo that's half silver, half Mario, or half. Actually, I should look into that. It's really easy to get Mario Amiibo, and it'd be a good chance to talk about mods. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not a bad idea, actually. I can just find some silver and gold paint. Maybe one day I'll do that, because honestly, if I could, I would just give this a half silver, because it's just so good looking. That's what turned it over to silver. It's so good looking, and the retro, also because the Retro 3-pack, at least for North American, I'm sure it's easy to find in other regions, but the Retro 3-pack wasn't that bad. The Japanese Rob didn't set me back that much. I think I paid like 20 bucks for it, so I'd imagine it's readily available in Japan too. But yeah, you know, I love the variety of the two colors. That's so cool. But mostly, you know, it's something good to have in your collection, the Retro 3-pack. These are characters that really started a lot for Nintendo, other than Mario and Link, you know, and Samus, you know what I mean, like the main Nintendo franchise. These are the guys from the way in the beginning. You had Rob, the launch of NES, Mr. Game Watch with the Mr. Game Watch handheld Nintendo games, and Duck Hunt from Duck Hunt. You know, very really cool light gun game. Did a video on it. Stupid little video. But yeah, Silver Mario rank, I think is well deserved. I think the Retro 3-pack's a very good part of any Amiibo collection, and it's very handy to have these kind of three. I can't wait to talk about Game & Watch. That's going to be a fun discussion. So, till then, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.